What up, y'all? It's I Make RNB Samples, PartyNextDoor. If you like this loop, you can get it in my last loop kit, Nocturnal. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below too. Let's get right in this joint. Cool, so we are in the scale of C minor right now. And honestly, as of recent, I've been telling myself just this little 3-word tidbit. I've been telling myself simplicity, space, and swap. Cool little reminder with the S's and alliteration shit, but that's my way of making it memorable. But keeping my chord progressions, samples overall simple, incorporating space in them, and then swapping, alluding to inversions, inverting the notes within the chord progressions. So keeping that in mind, honestly, all my samples as of recent have incorporated those 3 things. So I'm telling myself that a lot whenever I start making these samples, and I thought I'd share that. So with that being said, keeping this thing simple, this is 4 chord hits, but it's 3 chords total. So in this little progression, it is a 6-3-5, and the 4th chord hit is just the same old 5 chord, just moving this 3rd in the chord up 1 semitone. So we're making it out of key, so it sounds pretty cool. But yeah, just 3 chords though. Kind of like how you get that sauce ambient PartyNextDoor vibe. But yeah, I've always start with a major chord. You can't really tell right here, so I'm gonna invert these notes back a bit. The recent, I've been starting with major chords a lot, just from what I've been studying other people. Sometimes it works for me too. So what I did is so this 6th chord minor scales is going to be, so this is our minor. This would be C minor 7th, but it's actually just our sharp major or A flat major. Beautiful chord too. I use that chord a lot, but yeah. So this would be our 1. If you go down 1 on the scale, turn on your snap scale first of all, so it can't be out of key. So it can't be out of key. If this is our 1, we're gonna go down 1 note in the scale to the other white bar right here. This is our 7 in the scale. Go down 1 more. That's our 6. And so the way we build a chord on top of that, you don't even have to know if it's a minor or major. You just skip one of these white little bars right here. Boom, skip 1, boom, skip 1, boom, and then skip another, boom. And yeah, skip another, boom. That's how we got our 9th. All these chords are 9th chords, by the way. Adds more like depth and like overall color to these chords. But yeah, we got a A flat major, G sharp major as our 1st chord, and then I added some space in the middle of just a little, what do you call it? Middle of the 4-bar loop. Yeah, I used to always add it at the end of the 4-bar loop, but again, just doing some research as of recent, I've been changing it to adding some space in the middle of a little 4-bar loop. Yeah, the 2nd chord hit, we got a 3 chord, our 3 chord in the C minor scale, which is a D sharp major chord, or E flat major, what do you want to call it? But like this was our 6th. Go down another white one for our 5. 4 is this F. This is our 3. This is D sharp major. So you just build it the same way. You just skip a white note in each one of these little things. In the scale, that's why you turn the snap scale on. Yeah, that's how you get our D sharp major. And then our 5, you do our 1st minor chord in the progression. It is a G minor 9th. Build it the same exact way. You just skip 1 white bar in the scale, as you can see. And so for our 4th chord hit, we basically just copied the same chord, except we changed this note and we just moved it up. Turn the snap scale off. Just make it out of key. Move this up to make it out of key, but it just sounds a little R&B-ish. Sounds really pretty. I'll show you guys. But these bass notes, change the bass notes for these last 2. They're just the root notes, but these last 2 right here, instead of having another G, I moved, it sounds confusing, but I moved this one, made it the B right here, and then the one below it, I made it the A sharp right here. Sounds confusing, but it just works really well. In regards to the inversions, the swap part, so we already made it kind of simple. Add the space, the swap part, I inverted this A sharp, this top note, because these 2 notes are kind of like, as you can tell, they're kind of far away from the main other notes. So what I did with this one is I just inverted it down a notch. So just highlight it, control down, this one, control up. Brings the notes just closer together. It'll just sound more pleasant to the ear. Hit the ear less hard, if you will. And for the second 4 bars, this A bar loop, the exact same chords and everything, except I inverted the 3rd note from the top. That's all I did. Boom. And after that, I strummed and randomized these chords. So strumming, again, just do control A, Alt S to strum them. While they're all highlighted, I also do Alt R to randomize the velocities. Also take the velocities down, all of them down around maybe like 50-60% before I randomize them. Just make them hit softer. It's a little trick as well. But I didn't even play you guys the sound. So the sound that I used were the softest LA Custom C7 preset and Keyscape. I'll let you guys hear this little progression now. So check that out. Damn. Dude. Jesus Christ. Dude. Sometimes, man, I can't believe what I make sometimes. But yeah, so move on to the next sound. Cool. So Kavi's Elements of R&B analog lab bank. This is October pad, the brass synth pad. It's a beautiful sound. I want you guys hear it. Oh shit. Damn. So what I did here is I did the exact same notes. Exact same notes, and copied it from the main chord progression in the piano. And what I did is I inverted this third note from the top up an octave and everything. This is how the copy notes look, and this is the third note from the top, and each chord I highlighted, inverted them up an octave. That's all I did for this pad, and took out the bass notes as well. So for this pad, see the sound that I use. Analog lab again. This is Kavi's Sonic Mastery Kit. It's your fave R&B pad. Beautiful sound too. What you guys hear about that? Damn, dude. So what I did is instead of inverting the third note from the top, for the second pad I inverted the second note from the top. Just to add different chord voicings, add some variation within the sound. So yeah, just highlight that second note from the top, invert it up. So now each chord have the same notes hitting, but just sound a little different. So now go to this little melody. First sound that we got, it's an analog lab. Lead 22 sound. Yeah, Kavi's Elements of R&B, analog lab bank, his 22 lead sound. Very Drakey, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. There's a song, Greedy, that Drake had on his latest album. I was kind of going for that sound. It's like a high-pitched lead sound. But this sauce, oh yeah. So this melody was super simple, so I brushed over it. So all I did was a little step down, step up. That's really like the main thing. And I switched it right here at the end. But I'll tell y'all, around the middle of this 4-bar loop, at the end of this 4-bar loop, like a little step down, step up. That shit does not fail. I'm telling y'all, man. So yeah. Shit is beautiful. How simple that is. Simplicity and space, and ain't doing no swapping here, but yeah, simplicity and space. That's just OD. This little melody trick I learned as of recent, and it is just hasn't failed me yet too. This we're just starting on G sharp, just going down every bar, just one note down scale. Super simple, super effective. I'm not gonna lie. For the second part of this 4-bar loop, we just took it down a note in the scale, so we gotta make sure it's not the scale's on. But this is just it copied. We just hit shift down. That's how we do it. That's all we do, man. So it keeps the notes in scale, but the same area pattern. Yeah, just copy that for the next 4 bars too. And man, this shit is catchy as hell. This is. Damn. So we hit Analog Lab again. I think I know what kit this is from. Yeah. So this is Kavi Sonic Mastery and her fave lead, synth lead for this sound. Man, that shit is cold, man. So I'll go to the bass right now. So this bass one is Analog Lab again. This is Kavi's Elements of R&B. Lust and Love sub bass. Beautiful sound. Yeah. Yeah. So I basically added this extra little hit right here. But yeah, made a little pattern going up. And yeah, man, kept the space right here. And I like doing this, is just copy the root notes and then just adding a little bit of transition at the end right here. It's like this was like, again, I think the last chord hit is A sharp, would be the root note of the last chord hit. Again, just added some transition notes right here. You feel me? Love doing that. But yeah, it's a great sound. Yeah, you got some vocals here too, so as you guys. Soulful as a motherfucker. That's crazy. Dude, love those vocals. So I did muzzle the piano for my second and fourth section of this whole sample. Is what it sounds like. Yeah, I did one of those melodies. I like doing one of the melodies in the main piano progression muzzled. So I did that one little catchy every bar 4-note melody, for lack of better words. For my third section, man, I added this little synth. I was gonna do my own little pattern, but I came across the synth in Splice, I think. And that just sounded cool with my pads, so I'll let y'all hear it. Yep. She sounded cold, man. So you gotta see how I mixed all this John piano. Let's see. Oh, she sounds heavenly. So I got a Hollow Vintage verb, 30% mix, pretty parametric EQ, taking out some lows, low mids, and cut off some highs. So gotta cut out the highs. The pad. That first pad, we got a 55% on Hollow Vintage verb. Then we got on 2 lose EQ. Taking out some a lot of lows, a lot of mids, and a lot of highs. Gotta love R&B, bro. Stupid shit like that. Second pad. That shit sounds heavenly too. I got a 55% mix of Hollow Vintage verb. Pretty parametric EQ, bro. This shit looks wild. Taking out even more low mids, more lows, more highs. I love R&B, so we'll go to the bass this time. 10% mixed with Hollow Vintage verb, because why not? Then we got a EQ cut on some barely any lows, some low mids, and a lot of highs on the bass. We'll go to the first melody right here. Let's go where it starts. Got Fruity Delay 3 acting as a little high end cutoff. It's like the first way that I ever learned how to cut off high end, so that's why I clicked it. But you turn this, open Fruity Delay 3, turn the time knob all the way down, level knob all the way down, dry knob all the way down, and you play the cutoff. Acts as like a low pass filter. So I'll show you guys right now. I mean, you can barely tell right there, but it's because I mess with it so fast. See? Yeah. Acts like a low pass filter. You gotta love it. We're gonna go to the other melody right here. So excuse my manners stuff. After the Fruity Delay 3 high end cutoff, Hollow Vintage verb at 55%, EQ, checking out some hella lows and hella highs, man. That was for this first melody, I'm sorry. So after that, the second melody, we got that same Fruity Delay 3 high end cutoff. Low cutoff. They got Hollow Vintage verb set at 45% mix. And the EQ, again, taking out some hella lows, some low mids and some highs. And yeah, after that we'll go to the muzzle piano. Cold. So that's taking this main piano progression and this melody right here and muzzling it, and I'll show y'all. So we bounced that out to audio with those original effects on them, and I added on top a Decimort MPC60 preset with a cutoff at 2700 hertz, the first effect in the channel. Then I got a Fruity Reverb, 25% mix in the wet EQ, taking out some lows, low mids, and kind of some highs. Then I got this EQs for leveling. So yeah, then I'll show you how I mix this little synth called a synth phrase. Got my Hollow Vintage verb at 35% mix on that joint. EQ taking out hella lows, some low mids, and hella highs. EFM, I love R&B. And after that, man, we'll go to the vocal. Icing the cake. So here's the vocal. Crazy. So what we did, got RC20 in the joint for the first effect. Magnitude Transition 2 preset. Set at 25% mix on my effect rack. Decimort with the MPC60 preset. They cut off at, with this 15,800 hertz. Low cutoff. A Hollow Vintage verb set at 35% mix. I use H delay, set at a half a bar. Ping pong mode turned on. That is set at 50% mix in my effect rack. And Fruity EQ cut out hella lows, some low mids, and relaxing the highs. Then I got a high pitched vocal. The second section, I pitched up the main vocal up an octave, so a high pitched. Yup, so that one, I bounced out this original audio with all the effects on it, bounced it out, and on top of that, I added Decimort, same MPC60 preset. They cut at 11,000 hertz. We have a Hollow Vintage verb at 20% mix, EQ cutting out some lows, low mids, and boosting some little bit of highs. Actually added a little drowned out vocal. Cold, man. So that was the original vocal, again, with all the effects on it. Then on top of that, pitched up an octave, then I added this Decimort MPC60 preset with a cut at 3,500 hertz. A Hollow Vintage verb at 30% mix. Waves H delay, half a bar ping pong mode turned on. That's 100% mix in my effect rack. Shape rocks. This is the sauce. This is the volume. Sidechain 1. So I get this little shape here, and then I set it at half a bar. That's what gives that pulsating sound. And the EQ taking out some lows, low mids, and boosting a little bit of highs on that joint. Last EQ is for leveling. Yeah, man. And I'll let y'all hear this joint. Whole thing one time.